Falcon fans, and of course, good old Falcon fans. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. One time for the fan. Back talking Falcons football again. Another episode, 252 here in the building. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast. And of course, you can Google us in so many ways, man. T Will.
Yes, sir.
Big shout out to you, sir. Big shout out to Bodie. Big shout out to Miss Carrie. Miss Carrie made it, y'all. I mean, that storm, y'all. Big shout out to Miss Carrie. Fighting through the storm out there. Hurricane what? Helene? Not Helene. It was
Milton.
Milton.
Yeah, Milton. Yeah, man. Tough one. Hey,
Man.
praise God she made it,
Big
man.
shout out to Carrie. I'm sure she'll be here in the chat here shortly.
Yeah. Amen. Thank God you made
Falcon fans is looking good, feeling great. How's everybody doing? I think StreamYard is StreamYarding early, Terry, so we might see some connection issues.
Oh, really?
Well, might seem a little choppy. You good? Are you good on your end?
I'm good. I'm just trying to see. Can you hear me? Am I in the Matrix?
Nah, you good. You're good. I mean, it sounded like it was in the Matrix a couple minutes ago.
Max Headroom. That's going way back, bro. I dated myself. That's going way back. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Deke. Good morning, Lisa Shepherd. Love me some Lisa Shepherd.
Good morning, everybody in the chat. Little nippy this morning, Terry. Had to put on the Falcons hoodie, man. I don't know what's going on out there.
Hey, it's the change of seasons, my friend.
It seems so, man. Temperature dropped definitely this morning, man. I thought I was gonna be able to walk out there in shorts and a t-shirt. That wasn't the case.
Well, maybe if you were from Chicago, you would. You know, they're typically when you live up north, your blood is thicker, so you may see some of them walking around. Them local inhabitants of northern cities, Chicago, Detroit, Idaho, I don't know, Notre Dame, whatever.
Minnesota.
There you go. Minnesota. Their blood is thicker, so you may see them in 60-degree weather walking around in shorts. Like, you guys think this is cold. But yeah, to the rest of us, to us Southerners, it's a little cool this morning, or so I'm told. Anthony says, rise up, rise and shine. It's time to get on the grind, Falcons family. What's good one time for the fan?
Hey, Falcons family, let me tell you something, man. Falcons fans talking Falcons football on a Falcons Friday in first place, too, as well. So feeling good about this weekend. Of course, we're going to get to the NFL standings here shortly. Big game played last night, Terry, that we have to talk about because a team that started out pretty hot this season, the Seattle Seahawks. I guess, some teams have found out their game plan and what they're doing because, they're on a little losing streak right now. And they have to play us coming up in a matter of days here. So, Falcon fans, we're going to talk about that.
Flipper, is that what we're saying? Somebody found that they're no longer Cinderella?
Hey, I'm telling you, man, just the first couple weeks, you have some teams that might be, feeling like they're on the rise, such as the New Orleans Saints. And then, of course, as the season starts to settle in, people start to find out your game plan and what you're doing. They start scouting you a little bit better. And then they start, pretty much getting out there on the field and and fucking up Vegas. I can tell you that right now because there's a lot of games this season so far where I'm sure people thought the Saints could be 3-0 or 4-0 right now with the way they started out their season. I mean, the Minnesota Vikings being at 5-0 is messing up a lot of people's parlays right now, I'm guessing. Nobody expected the Vikings to be 5-0. So we're going to talk about that in just a minute because the NFL standings is pretty big. But the Seattle Seahawks is one of those teams too as well, where they started off pretty hot, and over the past couple of weeks, they've been beat up pretty bad. And then last night, the San Francisco 49ers giving them another L, and seeing that they have to play, a Falcons team next week that is hoping to secure a win Sunday and be on a win streak going into that Seattle game. So we'll talk about it here in a minute, man. Dwayne Ruff is in the chat. Lisa Shepherd's in the chat. Big shout out to Anthony in the chat. Jeff Wolf is in the chat too as well. DSGB Hall is in the chat. You know how hard it is there to catch up to the chat, man. So I'm trying to get all the comments in before we start talking Falcons because
I got you. DSGB A1 forever. My boy Chris, what it do, Chris? Jonta Rozier is here this morning. And NIL Berto.
Wait, NIL Birdo? Hold on.
Isn't that
I
a
know
song?
this is not the same Birdo I'm playing in fantasy football this week.
Isn't that a song? NIL Berto. NIL Berto.
That is a song.
That's courtesy of our friend, the guy you love to love, Mr. Big Low. One of his hits. He's got another one.
It's one of his hits. Like he's building up a catalog here.
You thought you was gonna win the game, huh?
Hey, Big Low going viral, man. Big shout out to Big Low Country Sports.
What up, Travis? What up, Jamal D?
Look, Terry, I'm trying to pull this up. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast. Y'all know where to find us. Check this out. So right now, Berto's beat me. I ain't got no players playing, but he had Brock Purdy last night. And he had Brandon Ayuk play last night. So he got some points. He got 29 points right now, but I got Josh Allen, I got Kamara, I got Dottle, the running back that took Zeke's job out there in Dallas, CD Lamb too as well. But Berto think he might try to get this win on me. It ain't gonna happen, Terry. It ain't gonna happen. So I'm trying to move up the standings right now in the fantasy football league. I'm 7th right now.
You moving up the charts, Jack?
I'm trying to move up the charts here, man. I'm trying to enjoy this fantasy football league this year. I'm in like 2 or 3 of them. Haven't done them in the past, so this is like my first year really getting into this stuff. And I didn't give me a chance to do the draft in Bodie's league, right? So I feel like, y'all sabotaged me, right? You stuck me with this lineup, this auto-drafted lineup. But I got some decent players over here. I mean, I got DJ Moore playing up against Jacksonville Sunday. CD Lamb playing against Detroit Sunday. Let's see, Alvin Kamara playing up against the Bucs. So, might be able to get some points and go ahead and rock Berto, but it's good, man. It's all good. Lisa Shepard's in the chat. Let's take care of Carolina on Sunday and go 3-0 in the division. This is going to be a big win for the Atlanta Falcons right here.
DJ has been requested for Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, Lisa Shepard has requested to know if Mr. Jack Spade is going to be DJing on Sunday.
Jack Spade will be DJing on Sunday. Lisa Shepard is probably talking about this. I was going to talk about it at the end of the podcast, but of course, I'll just go ahead and put it right here. Tailgate on Sunday, y'all. It's going down in Carolina. The tailgate on Sunday. So far, a lot of Falcon fans have been purchasing their tailgate pass for the event. So it's going to be a nice time, man. We're going to be out there pretty early. And of course, the game starts at, Terry, 4:25. So you might have to take a nap for this one, Terry.
I know.
4:25 game.
Wait.
Division rival. That's why I was hoping that New Orleans Saints game would have been a 4:25 game. That would have been great. Down there in New Orleans, it's a 12 o'clock game. So you got to, get up and get your drinking in early, but it's going to be a good game out there Sunday. I do think the Falcons can come away with a win. And we're going to talk about why we think the Falcons can come away with a win here shortly. Big shout out to Jonta Rozier in the chat. Big shout out to NIL Berto. Rise up, good people. Happy Friday. We got to get Berto back here on the podcast and talk some Falcons football.
Berto.
He's doing big things over there, man. Big shout out to Smitty's Sports Machine and A1, the whole crew over there. They're doing some pretty cool stuff, man.
They are all doing big things, sir.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to the crew over there. Travis Preston said, good morning, fellas. One time.
Yes.
Jamal D is in the chat with the yo. Of course, Berto's trying to talk a little shit, talking about somebody's taking the L. Nobody's taking the L. Nobody's taking the L. But wait, Lisa Shepard want to know about DJing in Vegas.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I thought you were talking about Carolina. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Carolina. I apologize.
That might have been me. I might have bet on that it was Carolina.
Sheesh. Ain't nothing in the cup. It was something in the cup last night. Nothing in the cup this morning, but I'm just trying to, trying to get it back before I get down there at golf course in a minute. Lisa Shepard.
I can.
Yeah, I know, Terry. I'm sorry, Terry. No, I'm always taking one for you though, man. So last night, man, had a couple drinks, man.
You got to drink vicariously for me, bro. I got to live.
Hey, let me tell you something. Watching Thursday night football, man, had to take a couple shots seeing the Seahawks get beat because we play this team coming up. So wasn't rooting for the 49ers last night. Really didn't give a damn, but I technically wanted to see the Seahawks lose, right? Because like I say, man, any team that's on our schedule coming up on our schedule, I need to see them lose. Right? I don't need to see them win, especially the Minnesota Vikings. We're going to talk about them shortly.
You was looking at it like
I'm upset with that shit. Devion's in the chat. We shot Devion in the chat.
watching
Dwayne Ruffin.
them boys over there tonight. I was watching them play, and they look pretty good. Well, the only time we're gonna see them is in the championship. That's right. That's right. I was watching them last night. That's Remember the Titans, ladies and gentlemen. I still have this frog in my throat, so it was a shitty impression, but that's Remember the Titans. Anyway, go ahead.
Sheesh. Trader Boxes in the chat. I have no idea how fantasy league works. I'm kind of like on the same page with you, Dre, at the beginning when it first started, and of course, right now I still don't understand what the hell is going on. I see people making trades and all these moves and all this other shit. I'm like, shit, I'm just trying to get, in the top 3 at least, just to make playoffs, however they do it. But shit, I'm trying to win this league, man. I got this auto drafted team. They set me up, but Lisa Shepard said, Scott Caristic's Fantasy League, I'm doing okay. I can't even join Scott Caristic's Fantasy League. I'm sure that's probably for like the advanced fantasy league football players, man. I can't do that. Terry, you're in the league, right? With Bodie, right?
I'm in the league with Bodie.
What place are you in right now?
I'm ashamed to say I have no idea, sir.
Shit.
It got bad, and I got discouraged, and I was like, you know what? The hell with it. I don't even know. Looking at it now, it's sleeper, right? Oh my.
Yeah.
God.
Oh my gosh, Terry. When was the last time you checked the app?
Wow, it's been a minute, man. Hang on.
Oh my gosh.
Let me see. How do you tell what place you're in? This is bad. This is very bad.
You can't go over there to the standings, Terry. You see where it says the standings right there next to league at the top?
Let me see. All right, so
Match team players league.
All right, so I'm the players ball. Whew.
Let's see what place you're players ball.
Yeah, I'm players ball. Wait,
you're in shit. Damn, are you even on the board? God damn.
I'm T Will 2024.
Oh yeah, bro. You're like in like 12. Oh, bro, you're in 4th, bro.
Oh, awesome.
Are you serious, bro? You're in 4th, you're not even playing? Oh man, get out of here, bro. I'm over here doing all this extra shit with transactions with free agents.
Kirko, let's go, Kirko.
Getting all these fantasy football notes and who's playing Sunday, who have points here and all this stuff. You're not even looking at the app and you're in 4th place. You're ahead of me. Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Good decisions will pay you handsomely. I don't know.
Man, get that nonsense out of here. Look.
You know what I mean? Hey, when I draft, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
Look, man, let's talk some Falcons football here because I know some fans here in the chat. I can't believe that shit. Terry's in 4th place in this fantasy league. He hasn't even checked the app in days.
Man, holy shit. Okay, well, hey, you know what? I sometimes just got thank God. Thank you, Lord, because it wasn't me. It had nothing to do with me. So, okay. I will not take
gosh. All right, Falcon fans, let's get to it, man.
Let's go.
This is embarrassing. Falcon fans talking Falcons football on a Falcons Friday. Let's get to the NFL schedule coming up this weekend, Terry. We got some matchups here. As we get to the middle of October, where, if you didn't do good in the first part of the season back in September, now's your chance to really catch up. So there's some teams here that got some really big matchups, such as the Jacksonville Jaguars. Matter of fact, I haven't seen our Jaguars friend in a minute.
It's been a tough season for him.
Terry, do you know why I haven't seen our Jaguars friend in a minute?
Yeah, because this team sucks big donkey hooters, man.
He's 1-4, I believe.
They're just bad.
They have a big matchup against the Bears on Sunday. So Jaguars Bears in London. So Falcon fans can wake up early that Sunday and catch them a breakfast game before they get to the 1:00 matchups. But Jaguars Bears. Jaguars definitely needing a win. Of course, the Bears coming off a big win, beating up on the Carolina Panthers. And we also want to talk about in a couple minutes Carolina Panthers season so far. And some of these margin of victories that, some of these teams been getting on the Carolina Panthers, where that's why I talked about the other day, Terry, we need to get a big win over the Panthers. I'm talking about more than 10 points Because there's some teams that really beat up on the Panthers this season, right? So you shouldn't have a matchup where you just beat the Saints. Of course, you had a rough first 4 games, but you just beat the Saints. You just beat the Bucks, 2 division rival opponents that was at the top of the leaderboards. And then you're now playing, of course, the Carolina Panthers. You have to beat them by more than 10 points or even more than 2 touchdowns because the Bears beat them up. Of course, the Saints beat them up. And we'll talk about, how their season's been going so far. Buccaneers Saints, Terry, on Sunday at 1.
Oh man, love it. The beat 'em up bowl. Let's go. Beat each
The
other up.
beat 'em up bowl. That is something that we
NFC South robots. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, I hope they beat the crap out of each other, man. I really
Falcon
do.
fans. You have the Buccaneers in less than 2 weeks, but no, about 2 weeks or so. In Tampa, and then of course the New Orleans Saints in less than a month back in New Orleans. So it's possible that you can come away with a sweep against Tampa real soon, and then a sweep against the New Orleans Saints real soon. But the beat 'em up bowl is Sunday down in New Orleans. The Buccaneers and the Saints. Now you definitely want to go ahead and get an advantage on the division here when you talk about outrunning the South. Because the Falcons are sitting right now at 3-2, the Bucks are sitting at 3-2, and New Orleans Saints at 2-3. So there are some fans that are saying we want the Saints to win that game, so they can try to level out the division where the Falcons can beat the Panthers and go 4-2. Panthers will then fall to 1-5, and we can still have a nice little advantage over some other teams in our division. Now we do play the Bucks coming up, like I mentioned, and we do play the Saints coming up, like I mentioned, within the next 4 games. So it's gonna be pretty big here to watch, man. So Falcon fans, watch that Buccaneers Saints matchup at 1, because we play at 4:25. Terry, Ravens and the Commanders, a team who we never even thought the Commanders would be where they are right now, sitting at 4-1. Terry, we do have to head out to Washington at the end of the year in December to go play the Washington Commanders. So that's going to be a tough game right there because the city is rallying behind Jaden Daniels, man. But Ravens, Commanders, I guess that's the DMV Bowl over there that's happening.
It's oh man, I almost said something. It's the Go-Go City matchup.
Sheesh.
Go-Go.
The Go-Go City matchup.
Go-Go.
Big shout out to all the fans in the chat too as well.
Go-Go City matchup, man. I don't know. The Go-Go Bowl. I don't know. No, it's gonna be a pretty good game. Jordan, not Jordan, Jaden, whatever. He's playing well. The Commanders are playing well. Dan Quinn, Dan is doing his let's go brotherhood, let's go guys, let's go rally the defense.
Fast and physical.
Let's go. And they're buying it.
They're believing it.
They are buying it, and they're.
But that's first year Dan coach. That's first year Dan Quinn, the head coach shit. Second year, third year, it starts to,
You know what?
Fade away.
You know what? We give Dan some grace this morning, man. They went through a traumatic event and they just never recovered. We know what the traumatic event is. They just never recovered, right? So, hey, man, love you, Dan. Still gonna have to beat your little fanny when we come up there in December, but love you, bro. All good.
Shit. It's going down in a major way. Thomas Scott, RISEUP Tour fan club in the building. Don't forget, y'all, the bus trip to Carolina is sold out. The bus trip to Carolina is sold out, but we do have room on the bus trip to Tampa. I'll put the details up here shortly. Big shout out to Dre the Boxer in the chat. He said, "Where Molly Mile out?" He said, "Where Molly Mile at?" What's that?
Say what?
Molly Mile? Oh, I had this damn thing is blocking on the screen. Hold on, man. Let me get this crap out of here. Ain't have not ready to chat in a few days and a few shows now, man. Big shout out to Melly Mel. T Will live from the Space Center. Shit.
Where are you, Jordan? We beat both your teams, Jordan.
Go versus Baltimore House Music. That's the Go versus Baltimore House Music Bowl.
I gotta love it. Yeah, they do love house music up there. House music all night long. Say what? House music all night long. Say what? How that song
Big
go?
shout out to Thomas Scott in the chat. Thomas said we only have 4 seats left for Tampa, Terry.
That's what's up. You in my hut now. My hut. Have you ever
What's
heard of the
going
Jungle
down?
Brothers? The Jungle Brothers, Jack?
I haven't heard of them, sir. Can you explain to me who a little bit of the Jungle Brothers are?
Well, they made I think they had a song called Girl I House You, but they were, I think, originally a member of what's called the Native Tongue Posse, which would
Hmm.
be Queen Latifah, A Tribe Called Quest, um, Moni Love, what's those dudes? One of them just died. De La Soul
Hmm.
and the Jungle Brothers. And they were all a clique back in the day, and yeah, man. But they did have that house song. They rapped as well, but they did have that house song. So I always remember them when I think of house music. So there you go. There
Hey,
you
big
go.
shout out to
Way back in
Thomas
the
Scott.
'80s, guys.
You always blessing us with some music facts here,
Yep.
that I know I don't know about, but of course some other fans in the chat do know about. I'm sure Deshaun Coswell knows about it too as well. Big shout out to Deshaun.
Dude,
Um,
John, what's going on? I felt
Cardinals Packers 1 o'clock. Uh, NFC matchup. Terry, who you think is going to win that one?
I did not think it would be as close as it as that game was against San Francisco. I don't know. I'm gonna say Green Bay because they seem
Hmm.
to be a little more consistent.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say it's by the largest of margins, but I'm gonna say Green Bay. I'm gonna say Green Bay.
Another 1 o'clock matchup: Colts and the Titans. Then of course you have a Texans defense that I need to help me get some points in this fantasy league. So big shout out to D'Amico Ryans over there. Need to get some points, man. Can coach them boys up. But Texans Patriots at 1 o'clock, Browns Eagles at 1 o'clock, and then you have the Chargers Broncos starting up the 4 o'clock matchups. The Steelers and the Raiders in Vegas. Um, Terry, we play the Raiders at the end of this season, and right now, I mean, hopefully ticket prices go down because the way the Raiders have been playing, they haven't been looking so good, man. What's going on with Antonio Pierce and what he got happening with the Raiders?
That is a good question, sir. I don't know. I don't know. Apparently, guys want to get off the island. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Guys want to leave. They no longer believe. That's the other side of that. Being a new coach, and once folks stop believing, it's kind of tough, man. I'm not
Hmm.
saying there's a full bound mutiny, but
Hmm.
it doesn't look good. Does
Hmm.
not look good, bro. So
Falcons have to play the Raiders at the end of this season. Right now, they're battling with their starting wide receiver one situation, and of course the quarterback situation too as well. So could be another win for the Atlanta Falcons coming up at the end of the season. But Falcons Panthers 425, big matchup. We're getting ready to talk about that here. Lions Cowboys at 425. Bengals and the Giants Sunday night football. Big matchup for the Giants right there, and of course the Bills and the Jets. Jeff Ulbrich now, I believe he's leading the way in New York. So will they get their first win under their new head coach? We'll find out. But Falcons, Panthers, um, this is big here because the Falcons, you can see here in the division, sitting at 3-2. Definitely want to come away with the win so you can go to 4-2. But Terry, there's some teams across the league. As you even look at Seattle now, as they fall to 3-3 on a 3-game losing streak, Terry.
hmm
Right?
hmm
They're flying in from Seattle next week to a hostile environment. I'm gonna call it right now, Terry, to a hostile environment in the Benz.
ladies and gentlemen, we officially have a hostile environment in the bins. We are
Falcons.
officially a hostile place to play.
If the Falcons, I'm sure when the Falcons come away with a win on Sunday, now you're looking at a 4-2 team who is going to be on their 3-game win streak. They're going to be riding the high to where you're expected to now beat Seattle. Am I right, Terry?
That is correct, sir.
So as you get ready for that matchup, and of course next week, I can't remember who the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play, but they got to prepare for us where they could be sitting here looking at, if they're in second place or third place, that they're playing a first place Atlanta Falcons team on a 4-game win streak, Terry. How you feel about that?
Well, Jack. I mean, that's great and all, but look here, man. I'm a one game at a time kind of guy. That's
Mm-hmm.
how winning is done. You cannot get too far. You can't get too high. You can't get too low. Yes, celebrate after every victory, but you got to focus on the opponent in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Any team can beat you on any given Sunday. Any team can come in and knock your lights out. So you got to be, as the saying goes, on your square. You got to be alert. You got to be ready. You got to be focused on the opponent in front of you. Yep. Seattle looked pretty pedestrian last night against San Francisco, but San Francisco was on it last night. They are a great team. They are a great defensive team. They are hard to move the ball against, and they have great players. And I'll tell you something, man. Kyle knows how to integrate running backs in his system, and I think it was a fifth string guy in there that's just running and making plays. So, hey, they lost one last night. They're going to be hungry. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
be coming in here, and we got to be on it. And the first thing we got to do is we got to take care of Carolina. And it doesn't matter what everybody else did against this team; it's what you do against this team. This is a division rival. You're going to get their best. You're going to get their best. You're going to get their best effort. Right now, they're in there like Atlanta sucks. We hate those Falcons. Let's go. They're doing everything they can to prepare for us. And you can be arrogant if you want to and think, yeah, we have a victory. Okay. No, you better go in there disciplined. You better go in there focused. You better go in there ready. You better go in there with your eyes on the prize because I'm telling you, this is the NFL. Doesn't matter what the opponent did before you coming in there. Doesn't matter what the opponent does after you. Is what you do. So, well, it would be nice to be 4-2, man. I presume nothing. Let's get in there. Let's do what we need to do. Let's take care of business. And if you do it that way, you may look up one day and see yourself in the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that it's going to happen this year. I'm saying if you take that attitude of one game at a time, don't get too high, don't get too low. Focus on your opponent in front of you. Good things can happen. Vinny, how you doing, man? Good morning.
Big shout out to Vinny in the chat, the Falconator, man. And this is a real shout out to Vinny right here because he's definitely been going through some a tough time out there in Carolina after the was that Hurricane Helene?
Yeah.
That ripped through the city and just, man, it's disappointing and it's sad, man, to see what happened. There's so many people that was trapped in the areas and couldn't get out and couldn't get supplies or could get a chance to reach their other family members and everything. So I know Vinny's been going through a lot, man, but hats off to Vinny in the chat, man. So Terry, I know you got some stuff to say to Vinny too as well.
Vinny is a hero, man. So let me tell you something. I think Vinny did get his power back, but so many folks in his area did not. And Vinny's been leading the effort, man. Vinny's been trying to direct resources, recruit folks to come out, just doing everything, being a stand-up member of his community and basically trying to do whatever he could do to help. And I do mean everything. So, hey, man, shout out to him. It's one thing to be a Falcon fan or Falcon fan of the year. But right now, I want to nominate Vinny for being man of the year for that area because, he really, or citizens of the year, whatever you want to call it. But, Vinny has really been a stand-up guy in that community and really been going hard for his community and trying to do everything he could to make it better and really set an example for the rest of us. So, Vinny, I got to shout out, man. Unfortunately, I can't drink beer anymore. So, Vinny, this Pellegrino's for you, buddy. Yeah, man. Seriously. So,
and for those in the chat, we're talking about the Falconator right now. I know you're probably thinking, like, who's Vinny? I don't see Vinny in the chat. We're talking about the Falconator. So,
Yeah.
hey, from a Falcon fan to another Falcon fan, man, from a friend to a friend, man, just, always stay strong, keep your head up, Vinny. I know you guys are still going through a lot up there in that area, but, when you can get a chance to make it down here to Atlanta, man, or if I believe, we're coming up your way this weekend. So if you do get a chance to come to the game in Charlotte, man, let's link up, man. Let's grab a drink, man. Let's, talk some Falcons football, but definitely hats off to you, Vinny, and your family too, as well. I know you guys are dealing with that situation. So, and of course, for a lot of the Floridians and some folks down there in Savannah, I see a lot of Falcon fans still posting that they don't have power. They're now just getting back power. I mean, that's a tough situation to be in, man. So from all of us here at One Time for the Fan, big shout out to everybody who's been dealing with that situation. And of course, like Vinny said, much love to y'all, man. So he said, I'll see y'all in Charlotte. So Vinny's in the chat. He said, I'll see y'all in Charlotte. So Terry, I know you won't be there, but I get a chance to chop it up with Vinny.
Yeah, man. Definitely tell him I said hello and hey, man, much respect, Vinny. Appreciate you. Just a just a decent human being, man. You know what I mean? Look, you see your fellow man in trouble, and you know what I mean. Some people run away from it. Some folks run to it. Vinny runs to it, and I got to give him the ultimate respect because it's one thing to talk the talk. It's another thing to walk the walk. Hey, man, do your thing, Vinny. Love you, buddy. Keep kicking ass, man. Keep doing what you're doing, brother.
And
Love
of
it.
course, there's a lot of other fans in the chat too, as well, that's been dealing with a lot of the situations after the storm, and of course, what they're going through now. So, hats off to you too, as well.
Yeah.
Some tough times right now. We all, got to go through, but it's sad to see that this storm is, affecting some people. Even days after, to almost 2 weeks after, I think Hurricane Helene. Now, people still.
This is gonna go on like the bro. It's gonna go on, man.
It's crazy.
Well, I tell you what happens, right? So a lot of these, I work in telecommunications. So a lot of these phone companies have facilities and what they call trunks, right, that run through certain areas. And some of these get damaged. A lot of times it's hard to go back and fix it. And to give you an example, there are still trunks down that AT&T had from Katrina that were never repaired, right? It was just so devastating. So a lot of these phone carriers, now again, you got wireless service, but a lot of these phone carriers are impacted by it. A lot of these power companies are impacted by it. And it could take weeks, sometimes it could take months to get to that stuff because you got to move the debris, you got to move the rubber, rubble, you got to pause, you got to make sure it's safe.
Not no Diddy.
You got the diddler makes another appearance.
The diddler, my God.
Right. So yeah, man. Look, man. Whatever you can do, you can help anybody in these areas, man. Whatever it is, whatever you can send, whatever you can give, however you can help them, even if it's just an encouraging word. Please do so because you know what? If you were in that situation, you would want somebody to do the same for you. So hey, man, I'm kind of prayer for everybody in all those impacted areas, man. Keep going. Keep pushing, man, and we're here for you. And under that umbrella, we are all fans of the same team. We just want y'all to be all right, man. So
yeah,
that's all I got.
Hey, Falcon fans, we're looking up here now at the Carolina Panthers first couple games of the season. And of course, it is any given Sunday. So of course, these teams going to come back and do the best they can to regroup and of course change up their playbook and make some adjustments so they can go out there and hopefully not get beat as bad as they've been doing earlier this year. But for the Atlanta Falcons, I mean, they've been playing some pretty close games, even with the losses that they've had. It's been like a one score margin. But the Carolina Panthers have given up to Terry some pretty big games here. Of course, going into the first week, playing the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans, losing 10-47, right? And that really started that, oh my gosh, the Saints could be a team to watch for. But we kind of knew that, anybody that plays the Panthers is pretty much a win. I mean, the Saints coming out there and rocking and rolling on them for all 4 quarters, led the NFL to believe that there was, the truth. And of course, the following week, the Saints went on to play the Cowboys, and you saw what happened there. And then now they're on their 3-game losing streak. But every team has those ups and downs. The following week now, Terry, they lose 47-10 against the Saints. They come back home for the home opener, Terry. They lose 26-3 against the Chargers in the home opener, right? Some way, somehow, they go to Vegas. They put up 36 points. I believe this is when they benched Bryce and put Andy Dalton in. 36 points against the Raiders in Las Vegas. And we talked about this team a couple of minutes ago, Terry. The Raiders are not looking so good this season. So I know Falcon fans are probably thinking, how did they do that? Well, as bad as the Carolina Panthers are this year, the Raiders could be pretty much in that same boat too as well, right? We're looking at top 5 picks probably for next year, and I have the Raiders and I have the Carolina Panthers in my top 5 pick right now. But you also go now to another home game that they have the following week, Terry. They lose 34-24 against the Bengals. Go on the road this past Sunday, right? And they lose 36-10 to the Bears. So when Falcon fans are talking about a dominating win on Sunday, Terry, it's possible that you should be able to beat this team by more than 10 points. I mean, am I right or wrong?
You are right, Jack. You are right. It is possible, but hey, man, winning is hard in any NFL game. I just want to win. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I'd love it to be a laugher. I'd love for it to be 48-10, 50-10, whatever. But bro, at the end of the day, I just want to win. You know what I
Now,
mean?
I'm comfortable with 17-16, 18-14, that type of win. But Terry, does it say something about your team that, you couldn't get a dominating win like the Chicago Bears did or
I
the
don't
Chargers did? Does it take, does it change your approach of how you're looking at this team going
know
forward?
because each team, look, there are certain things called matchups, right?
Hmm.
And sometimes you might not match up well with the team. You might be more talented than them, but their strengths may combat your weaknesses. And I'm not saying this is the case in this instance. I don't think it is. I'm simply saying that, look, man, at the end of the day, as long as it's a dub, I don't care if it's 1 point or 50. I just want to win. Look, I look at it like this. This is a business trip. We're going up there to win. How we win doesn't matter to me. We just want to go up there to win. This is a divisional opponent. We need to beat them. As Raheem said, we need to outrun the South. We need to
Hmm.
sweep the South. So we need to go out there and beat them. And hey, man, if we beat them 30-10, great. We beat them 52-10, great. We beat them 75-10, great. We beat them 17-16. It's going to count the same in the win column tomorrow. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Or Monday
Hmm.
or whenever. So, I just want the victory. I hear you. It'd be great to dominate them, but, look, man, I'm trying to get a championship. I'm trying to get a Super Bowl to the city that I love, the city that I've called home for so many years, the city that has given me so much joy. I really just want my ATL folks to experience a Super Bowl victory. And, you know, whatever it takes to get there, man, that's what I'm looking for. So, yeah, let's go in there. Let's beat them. You want to dominate them? I'm with you, Jack. I'm with you. But either way, let's just make sure we get the win. Just make sure we get the win. That's all I'm saying.
Even looking at, the recent performance of some of Carolina Panthers, some of the players they have on their team, you definitely have to watch Chuba Hubbard, the running back, because their run game is actually pretty decent in Carolina. And of
Mm,
course, they're going to probably rely on that this season. I mean, or for the rest of the season, do that. Andy Dalton, their offensive coordinator, Bryce Young, Adam Thielen, their offensive, their offense is not doing too well,
Well, I'll
right?
tell
So
you what they're thinking, Jack. They're thinking these guys, this dude just threw for 500 yards. You know
yeah,
how to combat that? You keep them off the field.
yeah.
Guys, we're
Yeah,
going to
they're gonna try to control the clock, time of possession too as well, do the best they can. Now, the good thing about it is I think with this offense, Terry, even if you lose the time of possession Sunday, you can still win the game.
you
Because
take
if you come out there and you execute quickly, if you come out there and put the plays that you need, like you saw in Philadelphia on the final drive, right? Like you saw against the Saints on the final drive, like you saw against the Bucks too as well, going shot for shot with them. But if you come in there and you put out the plays, Carolina can hold it. They can control the clock if they want to. Don't mean they're gonna be putting up the points. I've seen teams control the clock, and then punt the ball.
yeah, yeah.
But the Falcons defense have been playing well enough where I've seen Andy Dalton a couple games this season. I've seen Andy Dalton in the past. You should come away with a couple sacks this game
Hmm.
and a pick or two.
Hmm.
It's one of those games where Falcon fans will say this is your stat padding game. You got to pad the stats here because you're at the bottom of the pack in sacks.
That get right game.
This is your get right game. Technically, it is.
Get
However
right.
you want to look at it, because don't forget though, it's not your get right game like you were coming off a losing streak. You're on a 2-game win streak.
Hmm.
It's your get right game to know that you want teams in the NFL, you want Seattle, you want Tampa Bay coming up, you want fans to go and say, "Wow, this team has an identity."
Mm.
Now we can say this team has an identity. Hey, I know the 2-game win streak has fans feeling good, but there's still some fans on the edge like, well, that was a close game against the Bucks and a closer game against the Saints. So where is your blowout game? Like fans are looking at the Bears on Sunday saying, "Whoa, Caleb Williams, you have this is the new Bears. Put up 36 points on the Panthers." For the Falcons on the 2-game win streak, if you win 15-14, Fans will feel good, but they'll say, "What? How we win 15-14 on these guys?" And it is any given Sunday, so players going to come out there. It's a different situations that they're under. I mean, some players, play differently. Have 425. Let's just say that. Falcon fans in the chat, it's going down in a major way. See here. You trade the boxes in the chat. And to think next year we'll have Braylon Trice and Rondale Moore. It's just we haven't even put Casey Washington in yet, Terry.
Good times.
Wait till Casey Washington gets active. Oh my gosh. I'm talking, we just put Rook in. You saw what Rook did. Yeah, Trey Harris is in the chat. The Raiders needed. What's up, Terry?
I'm interested to see Rook get some more playing time, man.
I'm hoping to see him get a sack on Sunday.
I can say I underestimated that guy. Like, he was in there throwing hands, man.
Rook, Grady, David, Eddie Goldman, Judon. Somebody coming away with some sacks on Sunday.
Yeah, let's get it.
Might even be Ebiketie. This might be your game to put Malone up there too as well.
AK-47. When you got
to see what D'Angelo Malone can do, man.
Except no substitutes.
The Raiders needed a quarterback in the draft to keep hope alive in Vegas. Unfortunately for them, we took Penix. That is true. That is true. Raiders are one of those teams that's trying to move up. Dwayne sees in the chat, the Falcons will win by 18. I will be disappointed. There are games where you have to dominate. Now, Terry, you can win 18-14 in a dominating fashion. You can come up with four sacks and 3 picks. But 18-14 kind of shows that you're still battling back and forth against the Carolina Panthers. It's not a blowout win. But you can still come away with those defensive stats. You can still pad the stats in different ways. But then again, you're not scoring. 18-14 against the Panthers, who just lost 36-10, who lost 27-3, who lost 47-10. You're a first-place team. Go out there and show it.
This isn't college football, right, Jeff?
That's true. That's true, Terry. That's true, Terry.
This is
Dwayne C.
It's going to count.
Yeah. What's up?
It's going to count the same regardless of what the score is. Yeah.
I mean, hey, I could tell you right now, man, Falcon fans will be in the building. I'm going to be in the building.
Let's go.
We definitely want to come away with a win. But Falcon fans, will you be disappointed if the Falcons win on Sunday and the score is close? Right? We're talking about 15-14, 16-14, something like that. Would you be disappointed? That's all we're just saying.
A win is a win, bro.
A win is a win. A win. Hey, let me tell you something. I'm walking out of there happy. I ain't got no problem. I'll be going back to the bench saying, let's go play Seattle.
Go.
I know we're standing in the division because we're playing the Panthers, and the Bucs and the Saints play at 1.
You know what I mean?
Feeling good.
We'll be on Wednesday's show like, hey, we won. We'll be talking about the game, the highlights, what we did, what we could do better, and it'll be on to Seattle and let's do it, man. So look, at the end of the day, man, look, we're just trying to win, bro. We're trying to win. We're trying to go 14-3. You know what I mean? 15-2. What are we, 3-2? Let's go 15-2, man. One game at a time, And look,
one game at a time.
We probably will do well against them because we've taken on some very good defenses, guys. That's the thing to think about. We have held in there against some very good teams, more than likely some playoff teams. We hung in there with the Super Bowl teams. We beat the Eagles. We beat I'm going to say the Saints are a sound team. Yeah, they're trying to work it out or whatever, but I still think they're going to be a sound team. I still think they're going to compete in the NFC South. The Bucs are definitely a good team. Understand, the Bucs were decimated by injury. So the team you're going to get in a couple of weeks may not be the team you played in there.
But your 3-2 team should be either 4-1 or 5-0, possibly.
Us? Yeah, we could be 4-1. We could be 5-0.
That Chiefs game right there?
A game of inches, bro. It's
the Chiefs game, the Kyle Pitt, the no call with Kyle Pitts in the end zone, the touchdown. Right? I mean, some would say, okay, the Steelers probably got you guys. You guys went in there and lost by field goals. But honestly, the Chiefs game. Come on, ref. Yeah. Come on, ref. Look at that touchdown is called, Terry.
Yeah, you never know.
Looking at it. Come on now.
It could be 4-1. No, I can't argue that, man. That was a horrible no call. That was horrible. That was horrible.
Falcon fans in the chat, hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
Like Red Fox in Harlem Nights, and he was like, 5. What do you mean 5? You better put your glasses on, fool. Like that's how bad
On the crap table.
Yeah,
He was over there shooting craps.
Hold on, wait, what are you saying? That's a 5.
He looked up and had the glasses with the Coke bottle glasses with his eyes showing.
Exactly 5.
So watching these highlights here too as well. The game last night, San Francisco beating the Seahawks, who's now on a 3-game losing streak. They play us, of course, next week at the Benz. Geno Smith. There was a couple players that were frustrated with. I don't know if it's the head coach with Seattle. I don't know if it's the I'm looking at DK Metcalf on the screen right now, but a lot of players on the Seattle's team was frustrated last night with the coaching staff. Geno Smith hitting his head multiple times with the clipboard and throwing it down on the ground, the tablet. But Terry, Geno's still throwing the ball 52, 53 times. Mm-hmm. So once again, a guy who's top 5 in the passing yards has to come into the Benz next week. Terry, we're looking at pass-heavy offense, getting ready to play up against, I would say, one of the best secondaries in the NFL. What you think about that matchup right there? Geno Smith, 30 for 52, 312 yards.
I think if who's number 14 for Seattle?
Is that DK?
Yeah, DK needs to get his fundamentals down. So there were a couple of plays. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. They should have won that game last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the reason why, that ball, one of those balls he threw deep. DK is literally waiting for the ball in front of a defender, and everybody knows if you're that big, if you're a receiver, you go up and high point the ball. This is what's bugging T. Will. It ain't even about the Falcons. You go up and high point the ball. You're 6'5", DK. What are you doing? What are you? You're gonna wait for the ball to come to you? Really? You're gonna wait for everybody knows in Pop Warner football, you're taught high point the ball. You don't wait. You're in traffic. You don't wait for the ball to come to you. The guy that's covering you is maybe not even 6 feet, and you're gonna let him just knock it out of your hand. Like you're some 5'4" punching Judy receiver. You got to go up and high point the ball. That's number one. That should have been a reception. Number 2, when you're in the end zone, get your leg down. Let's dead stick it. You get one. It's a toe tap, DK. You get 1 foot down. You tap.
You said toe drag swag?
Toe drag swag. What are we doing? You've been in the league long enough to know this. It's fundamentals. You cost your team 2 receptions right there. That should have been a touchdown, and that other one should have been a reception. And that's all on DK. And let me tell you something. You can be as fast as you want to be. You can have the body of an Adonis god. But if you do not have your fundamentals, stuff happens like it did last night. They should have won that game. That's all on DK. And that may have been, now, I don't know, because I don't know if Geno would have seen that from 50 yards back, but he should have had that ball, man. Let me tell you something. DK, do better. You are a very talented. No. Jay Black, 142. Julio Jones would have caught that. One thing about Julio, even to the end, he was fundamental.
Prime Julio? Hell yeah.
He was fundamental. That catch in the Super Bowl, that is one of the greatest catch I've ever seen for a couple of reasons. Number one, Julio had to go up in the air 7 feet, but he
had Julio and a little cut fade. Julio will go get it.
Had to come down and get that toe drag swag in. It was an incredible catch. But as receivers, there's certain things you're taught from day one. That is, go to the highest point of the ball and catch it. And DK, you're too big for that. You're a monster, man. You should be doing more. I don't know if he's disillusioned with the team. Look, I'm not going to make this I'm not attacking him. He's a good receiver.
So what happens is, Terry, you're 3-0.
Yeah.
You're riding the wave.
Yeah.
You go on a 3-game losing streak. You lose on primetime football to your division rival, to Brock Purdy, who's now 3-3. So now as we go look at what's up, Terrell Johnson? Big shout out to Jay Black in the chat too as well.
What up, Jay Black? And
Now,
hey,
if we
bro,
go back
it's
over
all love,
here.
It's all love, buddy. It's all love, man. What up, Terrell Johnson? Go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, you good, man. Everybody's talking Falcons football. Everybody's excited about the Falcons, so far this season. So I know when fans join the chat,
Yeah.
it's always great to talk Falcons football with everybody.
And Jay Black, I'm not mad at you. I think that DK could be a great receiver if he follows certain fundamentals. That's all. I want, even if you don't play for us, man, go out and do your best. Like when I see people dog it, and he was kind of dogging it last night, I just don't like that. But anyway, go ahead, Dak. Sorry about that.
No, we're talking Falcons football, man. Big shout out to Jay Black. You look at the NFC West now, and this is what happens, on the sideline, man. 3-game losing streak for the Seattle Seahawks. They fall to 3-3. The 49ers now move into first place at 3-3. And of course, for the Seattle Seahawks coming up, I mean, they have a tough trip. They have to play us here in Atlanta, head back home, and got to play the Bills too as well, which the Bills are no easy team.
No, they're not.
So now for Seahawk fans, however, they're looking at their schedule thinking, oh, okay, we got the first couple wins out the way. We were 3-0, not on a 3-game losing streak. Oh, shit, Falcons play the Panthers Sunday. That Seahawk fans, you can see it. Man, they might come away with a win. They'll be on a 3-game win streak. They got to come back over here to Atlanta, play a red-hot Falcons team. Then they got to go play a Bills team. Terry, it's possible that this team could fall to 3-5. Right before the end of October. And then they have to come back around within a month and play the 49ers again that they just lost to. So this is how some teams and some fan bases kind of look at it when they're trying to gouge the schedule up ahead. For us Falcons here, you know who we have coming up, right? We've already beat the Saints. We play them again. We're expecting a sweep here. That's why we're doing that parade in New Orleans. That Buccaneers game coming up in at the end of the month for my birthday. That game, you've already beat the Bucs on Thursday Night Football. A lot of fans are expecting a sweep there. If you beat Carolina Sunday, you play them at the end of the season. Fans going to be expecting a sweep there. You swept the whole division.
Yeah.
Now, if you would have lost to the Saints
a
couple weeks ago, if you would have lost to the Bucs the other night, then fans got to say, oh, we're going to split. We're going to split. But now you can't say that now. You're expecting the sweep. You beat them. You're expecting the sweep. So some fans in Seattle are looking at it like, man, we were 3-0. It's kind of like the Vikings right now at 5-0. If the Vikings lose the next 5 games, go to 5-5, do you know how that fan base would feel?
Carrie.
Right?
Chat, Jack.
Big shout to Miss Carrie in the chat. We're going to go ahead.
Carrie.
Miss Carrie's in the chat one time for the fans. Falcons fam. Happy Falcons Friday. Only 2 more days till Falcons football. Let's make it 3 wins in a row for the first time. Carrie.
Go.
Carrie she's definitely looking at the notes, Terry, because I was getting ready to mention that. This is the first time in 2019 the Falcons have 3 wins in a row. 2019? Wait, BC? Before COVID? What?
Before COVID. Yep.
This is the before COVID, the before COVID era and the after COVID era right now in football. But Terry, since 2019, bro. Wow.
The breaks, Jack.
I can't believe that's wild. When I heard about it and I thought about it, I said, man, the fans would love to hear this. They ain't hear about it. 2019.
J Black 142 has a good point. And I would like for you to spotlight that. Very good point.
Let's go to it. Bring it up, Terry.
Jack and T. Will, we caught the Aints and Bucks when they were down some players. It will be harder playing them the second time. And he is 100% right.
Which some fans did point out, some Bucks fans, hey, we'll catch y'all in Tampa when we're healthy.
Yeah.
Saints fans, we'll catch y'all in New Orleans when we're healthy. Well, I mean, for our point of view, a lot of NFL players, get banged up and get hurt. A couple Falcon players were banged up too.
No, I get it. And look, I'm as confident as anybody else. I'm just saying that that second go round, it's going to be a little more difficult.
Right? It is, especially after you got a close win the way you did against both of those teams.
Yeah, because Taysom Hill, let's be real, Taysom Hill was out, and Taysom Hill was giving us the business, and we have to have an answer for him. That next time we go into there, we have to have an answer for him. That time when we go to Tampa Bay, we got to have an answer for Vita Vea. We got to,
and Baker Mayfield too as well. I mean, Baker Mayfield has some chances where the play was dead, and then you look in the pockets like, where's Baker? How is he running up the sideline 20 yards? So it is difficult the second time around playing some of these teams. But here's the good part, Terry. You struck first, right? When it comes to that part where you got to hit him in the mouth one time and back up. Like, hey, check this out.
Bow, bow. I'm right down.
Hit him one time in the mouth and gets back up.
Bow.
One of them Jamie Foxx moves. Remember that comedy special when Jamie said he snuffed him and he stepped back through the club? You got to hit him with one of them moves. But the Falcons to have a win streak of 3 games for the first time since 2019, that's a good feeling. And then to know that you're playing a team next week, I know they're going on at like a 9-day rest in a couple, right now, but they can come in here next week with that morale just down to the ground. The way that they were on the sideline last night, I guarantee you that ride back to the house or that locker room speech, oh, they were getting into it. I can tell you right now, on that sideline, that wasn't good to see. To see players arguing with the coaches, see Gino mad, and the play calling. Mm-hmm. I mean, goes on coaches, man.
These are
on these coaches.
These are grown men, and frustrations happen, and you gotta respect each other. But disagreements happen.
But let me tell you what's happening in Atlanta's locker room, though.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, they over there partying, man. Who the fuck is next? Raheem wants to know. Did you see the video they just put out? The 12 days, 3 game shit. You see the video they just put out?
No, I didn't see it, man.
Man, let me tell you something about the Falcons social media team, man. They putting out the videos, man. They're getting fans hyped for the season. And this is the cool thing about it because, Terry, we haven't really seen this side of the Falcons social media team in the past couple of years because we haven't been winning like this.
There you go.
Right? In the middle of the season where you're 2-game win streak going on a possible 3-game win streak, and I think you're going to beat Seattle. That's a 4-game win streak. Mm-hmm. But Terry, I just imagine what the social media team has to create now if we get to the playoffs. If we get a 5-game lead.
Win, Jack. Not
you see what I'm saying?
When we get to the playoffs, Jack.
Imagine this thing. Terry, we haven't seen this in a while. It feels good to be a Falcon fan right now.
It feels great, man.
It feels great. It feels great, man. Falcons Friday right now. The Falcons flag should be flying on your cars. You should be wearing your Falcons gear. You should be walking around proud to be a Falcon fan. Motherfucker stopped me the other day at the gas station. I was getting ready to go in the store. And, hey, y'all playing good this year. Yeah, I know. You got to tell me. You got to email to the organization if you want to. Go buy some season tickets if you feel that way. But I feel walking around with your gear, people looking at you like – Kirk Cousins. Can't talk crap about them this year. He gets through for 509.
Right.
Can't talk smack no more.
Yeah, but I tell you what I feel good about. It's the way we won these games.
Yeah.
It's the way. Because I don't know a lot of Falcons teams that would have won these last 2 games. Right? You talking about defense standing tall. You're talking about special teams. It's one thing for there to be a fumble, but you got to have the presence to jump on it and get it and take advantage of it. And we did. You're talking about Koo nailing a 58-yarder last week. I mean, we've been through there were so many times.
Harry, some said it's a fluke season. You believe that?
No, I don't believe it's a fluke season because
the Eagles not going for it on 4th down. The Saquon Barkley missing the catch, the punching out the ball with Jesse Bates, the fumble, stopping the Bucks there, like the Koo kick.
First off, Jesse pushing that ball out, that's not a fluke. That was intentional. Okay. That's not a fluke. Rook making that kick, that's not a fluke. You know what I mean? Rook Koo making that kick. Koo is a very good kicker. So that's not a fluke. Look, man, opportunities are going to have to happen, but you still have to be able to take advantage of them. And this team has rallied together to win in dire circumstances, and that's how you win in January. You know what I mean? That you got to take advantage of those. We are honing our skills now. We are not the version that we're going to be in January. I will give you that, but it is good to see that we have those traits, those killer traits that if you make a mistake, we're going to take advantage of it, because that's what good teams need to win in January and February. And this team has those characteristics. So from that standpoint, I'm very proud, because I hadn't seen victories like this since 2016, right? Matter of fact, I don't even know if I saw victories like
you have mentioned that a couple of times right now, how this season has got you feeling like the 2016 feeling.
Yeah, because we have momentum. No, even still, nobody's taking us seriously. We won a couple of games. Let's keep it
And
real.
you see from the game of the was it NFL and CBS? They're counting this out every week. Like, nope, nobody's picking the Falcons to win.
They're not taking us seriously. And you know what? Respect is earned. So
Mhm.
so even in that vein, you have to earn respect, right? Respect is earned. You want respect, Falcons? Let's go get it. But what I am happy to see is I'm happy to see certain traits.
Mhm.
And those traits are we never stop fighting.
Mhm.
Never stop
There's a
fighting.
fighting spirit within this team for all 4 quarters
Yeah.
that I must say is it's phenomenal right now.
Yeah.
To know that this team can give you, it can raise your blood pressure. We had a couple blood pressure raised this games, but we won them.
I know. I
We
know.
won them. Even after the Chiefs call, that was one of those games where it was like, oh my God, but we
I,
could have won it.
no, well, see, here's the thing about it. Even that game against the Bucks, when Kirk throws that interception, I gotta be honest. In my mind's eye, I'm like, well, okay, I'm getting ready to broadcast and encourage the faithful and whatever. And that defense said no,
Mm-hmm.
hell no.
Mm-hmm.
Game isn't over. You still got to get a first down. You still and you're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
And you know what else? We're gonna stop you. We're gonna sack you. You're not gonna get it, Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but what was big, we didn't let them kick a field goal.
Yeah.
Nobody that was probably one of the biggest instances in this game is the fact that they could not add to their lead. The
That's
fact
when they have to go back and watch that tape the next day and say, we lost the game right here.
right there,
This
right
is
there,
where we lost the game.
right. And not only that, bro, the way we won that game,
Mm-hmm.
because it wasn't just Kirk, it was a total team effort. We had to get that game back. We had to go down. Look, guys got to make catches. Guys got to get out of bounds when they need to. Big ass Ryan Nuzzi's got
You got to get a quick
run
snap
down.
and a quick spike.
Right, got to do that quick spike. Guess what? Who has to nail that 52
Yeah.
yard? You know what I mean? Jesse has to go out there and make the right call on the coin toss.
The ref has to stand on the ball and then call a penalty on the
There you
Falcons.
go. You know
It
what I
just
mean?
happens. It's part of the fluke game, right?
It was not a fluke game. It was guys working together. That's what I'm saying.
So for
That's why
fans calling out the fluke Falcons, no, it's not the
right.
fluke Falcons. This team is
Wasn't
fighting.
It wasn't just we get the ball back and Matt throws it to Julio. And no disrespect to Matt Ryan, one of the greatest quarterbacks. I love Matt Ryan, top 8 of all time. I will give him his respect. In my humble opinion, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. But
That's the homie, man. That's the GOAT.
even in his 500-yard performance, 200 of them went to Julio.
Mm.
So you could argue that Kirk's was more diverse
Mm-hmm.
because he had to throw to everybody.
Was he the first quarterback to throw 250 yards in both halves of a
I want to say
NFL game or something like that? It was some stat that they put up. You know, NFL got these crazy stats, like the longest to stand on the field with white cleats on and black socks and red shoelaces. They always got some crazy stat. Dwayne C is definitely raising a point here I want to point out. The Falcons, no Falcons player has more than 2 sacks after 5 games. We're going into week 6 here against the Carolina Panthers. If Alfred gets one more sack, he will lead the team in sacks. That isn't a recipe for playoff success. Terry, you got to come away with some sacks against Andy Dalton, who's going to stand in the pocket, who's going to turn his back to Matthew Judon and a lot of these, defensive bullies that they're going to see on Sunday. You got to come away with 3-4 sacks, man. I mean, you're gonna win the game, cool. But if you come away with no sacks, no picks, we talked about that too. Is our fans going to be comfortable with winning the division, making it to the playoffs with like 20 sacks on the year, or 25 sacks? I mean, you had 40-something last year. How you sitting there? How you looking at that? Oh no, it's tough.
It is tough.
No Ryan Nielsen.
You definitely need more sacks, but here's the thing. You got to find a way to get off the field. And even if you don't sack him, if you can throw him off his spot, you got to find a way to get off the field. You know what I mean? Every Super Bowl team has not led the world in sacks. Now, I don't know that they've been the worst in sacks, but every Super Bowl winner has not necessarily led the world in sacks. At the end of the day, you got to score more points than they do, right? So however you do it, however you get the ball back, whether that's sacks, whether that's tips, whether that's pass breakups, whether that's interceptions, you gotta, you know what I mean? And we've been doing that. Now, I agree. You know what I mean? We need more sacks. Bottom line. I can't sugarcoat that. That is a legit concern.
What was it last year? 37 or something? 38?
No, I want to say it's 42.
42. It was 42. It was 42.
Yeah, something like that in the 40s. And look, you got the trade deadline coming up. I don't know what you can do, but maybe you can impact it there. To be honest, I don't even know. Even if you go and get what's his name from the Jets, who I can't remember his name.
Reddick.
There you go. Do you have the $20 million to do that? Do you even
I don't
have?
see a Reddick move. This is something that's internal in the building.
Mhm.
You got to get there through drawing up pressure. It's not just about bringing in a guy. You go pay Hassan Reddick 20-something million. He comes in here in 3 games. He has no sacks. Well, we give him a bunch of money for what?
Well, here's the thing, right? Raheem wants to get there with 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that you have it to get there with 4.
There was some games, even the Saints in the Bucks game.
Mm-hmm.
You could have had Baker at a couple chances. He just
knows
how to do that shit. He just knows how to just get there. He just gets after it.
He's been playing mobile quarterbacks, right? Because even there's a mobile quarterback. So
but you're playing a guy Sunday that's going to stand in the pocket.
Yeah, we had Jalen Hurts, we had Pat Mahomes, we had Baker Mayfield,
Justin Fields.
So
and you had your 36-year-old pocket passing quarterback coming off an Achilles injury.
Well, look, man, I think Kirk.
You see that, Terry? You played 4 or 5 mobile quarterbacks, but you got your 36-year-old pocket passing quarterback coming off an Achilles injury.
Irony? Is that what we're pointing out? The irony.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This Falcons team is working out here. You just don't need the guy to run up the field 30, 40, 50 yards, escape the pocket, do all that extra shit. You can get a quarterback like Kirk who's confident in his team and his weapons around him. You see what's going to happen. You saw it in Philly. You saw it against Kansas City, even losing that game, how close we were to the Chiefs, to the champs.
If you can decipher where defense is going to be, if you can read defenses and you can stand back there in the pocket and throw the ball, you can win. You can win in any timeline, in any league. If you can decipher if you can read coverages and you can get the ball to the receiver where it needs to be, you can win. So
big shout out to all the Falcon fans in the chat. Jay Black 1426. Jack and T Will, when I sign up as a member for the traveling group, how does everything work initially? Well, first you can head over here to the give you the link. Had it over here. RISEUPTourFanClub.com. You head over to the membership page and you can sign up over there. We have a lot of events that go on the road. Of course, with the Atlanta Falcons, traveling to, of course, Carolina this Sunday, Tampa in 2 weeks, New Orleans after. Who's at the New Orleans? Minnesota. At the Minnesota is what? Vegas. And at the Vegas is Washington. So when we go on the road, we put on events, for Falcon fans. Then we have some private events too as well that we do, during the off season, of course, during the regular season too as well for our members. Once you sign up to be a member of the group, but we have some perks too as well that's involved with the fan club, and we can explain it right there on the RISEUPTourFanClub.com. So Terry, if I start talking about the RISEUP Tour Fan Club at this time, it's going to take another hour or 2 hours because I can go on so many years of the RISEUP Tour Fan Club because I love talking about it, man. Me and Thomas, when we started it back in 2017, we never expected to be where we are right now, but we are there. And fans love it. Of course, we've seen what we did in London last year. You guys see what we did in New Orleans. Of course, the yacht party in Miami. We have a tailgate Sunday in Carolina, bus trip in Carolina, bus trip in Tampa. Party information for Tampa is going to be out in a matter of days. So everywhere we go, we put on something for Falcon fans to have a good time. Our goal when we first started the RISEUP Tour Fan Club was to bring Falcon fans together. Not only, of course, at home because we see each other and we hang out, but on the road was the biggest thing. To see other fan bases go into our stadium and do that in our stadium was tough, right? And when we first started it, Terry, we started it on the road, right? The first event we did was in Cleveland back in 2017. And that party had over like 400 or 500 Falcon fans. And that was random because when we put it together, Thomas didn't know me from a can of paint. I didn't know him from a can of paint. But 7 years later now, we have built something that we have a large group of Falcon fans that love to travel to the away games. Notice how I'm not talking about the home games, the away games. That's what we take care of, right? So the Falcons could be playing in Australia on Thursday. We got a party for you. We got something set up. Our Australian connect's gonna take care of us right there, mate.
What are you doing, bloke?
What you doing there, bloke?
Down to the Aussies.
They're
Are
gonna
you
take care
going
of us.
to play a game of American football? Is that what you're doing?
Look,
that,
y'all here to play some rugby, eh? Hey,
that,
Timothy Harris. Good morning, fellas. The bus leaving out of Gwinnett on Sunday. Do you have any information for them? Is that he's talking about the Rise Up Tour fan club bus? Because Thomas sent the email out for everybody. And when you guys arrive, the party's gonna be lit. Tailgate's gonna be lit in Carolina, man. So hope you guys are having a good time. But wait, go back and check the email. Is it Gwinnett?
Hey, Lisa, let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something, love. These accents are not terrible, okay? I gotta tell you something.
She said the accents are terrible. I'm getting to the chat because the chat is live.
Tell you, mate. She says these accents are terrible. I don't agree, Lisa. Lisa, I don't agree. Okay. All right, Jack. Go ahead.
Hey, big shout out to 330 in the chat. Big shout out to Christy Lewis in the chat. Falcons fans talking Falcons football on the Falcons Friday. Good morning to you all. I know some of y'all are waking up now. I know the sun is probably up in Cali too as well. Our West Coast Falcon fans are in the chat here. If you're at work, if you're in the car, Terry, where else? If you're at the Waffle House, if you're at the gym,
definitely at the Waffle House. Yeah.
Thank you for watching and listening to One Time for the Fan, because breakfast with One Time for the Fan is pretty cool. People love it.
It is great. You know what, Jack? I met 330.
330 was at the meet and greet, man. No, was it the meet and greet? No, he wasn't at the meet and greet. Okay, where'd you meet him at?
I met him at the last game I went to, which was what was it?
The Chiefs game.
Yeah, met him going into the Chiefs game.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up when it comes to Falcon fans. That's what we talked about when it comes from the fan for the fan.
Yeah,
One Time for the Fan, Rise Up Tour fan club, where fans become family. This Falcon fan base is like it's bigger than what you guys think, right? Like it's a real family type of thing too, as well. Because there's a lot of groups out there that people rock with and they might travel with or they might hang with at the home games. But outside of that, like there's a big presence on social media with the Falcon fans, right? Yep. And of course, we love to roast too as well. So when something is happening outside of Atlanta in a different city, we'll pick it up quick.
We got to get after it. Hey, Jack, I want to shout out to Miss Sonia Usher Durden. I went to high school with this young lady. Very nice young lady. So, hey, thank you for coming in, Sonia. Appreciate it. Matter of fact, I know her and her husband. They were dating in high school. So many. I'm not gonna tell her age, but we went to high school together. Me, her, and her husband. So it was a great couple. Good to see him. Good to see you, Miss Sonia, this morning. Welcome. Rise up. Glad to have you on the One Time for the Fan show. Jack, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure to get that in there. So go ahead, Jack.
No, that's what it's all about, man. But like I said, man, it's from the fan. It's for the fan. It's Falcon fans talking Falcons football on the Falcons Friday, man. So it's going down in a major way. Kerry said, I'm so ready for the big win against a bad Panthers team. Please, we are overdue for a comfortable, non-stressful win.
Everybody
please look.
Wants to go in there and just tear this.
Harry, I'm talking about second half, bro. They're gonna have the Fox cameras panned around. I'm just sitting there on the phone, just like
y'all want blood, man. Y'all want
just
blood.
Chilling.
Jesus.
Just chilling.
Oh, Carrie, no, you didn't. No, you did not, Carrie. Oh, that hurt me. Laughing my ass off. T-Will, what accent is that supposed to be? You know what accent that's supposed to be, Carrie. Stop it right now. You know what? I'm gonna do a whole podcast in a British accent on y'all. Y'all ain't gonna even know. Okay? Up here attacking my accent.
Miss Krista said, good morning, Friday. Yes. 250 first half, 250 second half record since the Super Bowl era. So I definitely appreciate Miss Krista in the chat.
Yeah, very nice young lady. Always posting positive stuff. Miss Krista, how you doing?
That's good. That's good. When you're not saying when you're losing all this stuff, but when you're winning, Terry, there's a side of Falcon fans that the NFL needs to see, man. I'm talking about we have a fan base that we enjoy this. Yeah, we deserve this. That's why we deserve a Super Bowl here in Atlanta, right? We need our ring, right? Not hosting the Super Bowl, us parading down the streets on Peachtree and Piedmont and all that. I'm talking about partying in celebration of the Atlanta Falcons. The Braves did it. Atlanta United. I know Georgia's down the street, but the Falcons, man, when we get ours, Krista, Carey, Chris Tyler, Jay Black, Dre the Boxer. I'm talking about in the numbers,
bro.
You might have to have two. It might be a 2-day parade,
bro. It's gonna okay. First and foremost, and I don't want to predict this, but I kind of feel like this is gonna happen. We mess around and win the Super Bowl, those folks gonna tear up Atlanta that night. You gonna see some traffic lights coming down because we've been waiting on this for 40 plus, damn near 50 years, bro. You unleash all of that, we win the Super Bowl. Holy cheese balls! I'm just saying, bro. It's gonna be the parade before the parade. It's gonna be the midnight we won the Super Bowl pajama jammy jam. Everybody, come on now. Let's meet at the street light. Let's take it to the streets. Let's go. We won. Where we going? We don't know, but we're going to party. Let's stop by Waffle House, get some food on the way. Hey, go on over there and bring us some liquor. Let's take it old school. Give me some of that MD 2020. Let's go. Man, it's going to be a party. Okay? I can't take in the liquor. But
I'm catching up to all the comments in the chat and what Terry's saying with this Super Bowl party, man. I'm telling you, man, this podcast would be like,
holy
shit,
man.
On 100.
You know what?
I'm talking about having a Super. Man, Terry, if I get that, man, if I start talking about this, there's gonna be a whole another hour talking about, man, if we made the Super Bowl and all this. Let me not get that point.
Super Bowl, Jack. We got to do a podcast for like 18 hours. You know how you always talk about that? We're gonna have to do that shit, man.
I'm talking about a 24-hour stream.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it, bro. If we win,
that's tough.
We're gonna no, bro. No, we got to make.
Terry would have to pick up like the 1 to 7 shift, and Bodie would have to come in here from like 8 to 3 with the Quiet Storm.
Bodie right? Just gonna go. You don't want Bodie on the Quiet Storm. Bodie gonna come in here and cuss the whole time. Well, maybe you
have
do.
Have to call little Chase up again. Like, Chase, I know DFU's doing great things over there, but we got this 24-hour stream. It's gonna need your assistance.
We need a team beverage stage. You got to bring DFU. Bring your DFU homies. It'll be
bring the whole crew, Chase.
Hey, bring them. Gonna need it.
I know Phillip's enjoying this right now. He's called a couple 35-10 victories. He might get his 35-10 on Sunday. Right, so big shout to Phillip, DFU, the whole crew over there.
That's right.
Terry said the RISEUP tour.
35-10.
He's called some really good predictions. Big shout to Carey. The RISEUP tour is an amazing group of Falcon fans. You won't regret signing up. Jay Black, you mentioned about the yacht party in Miami. Jay Black, let me tell you something. Every city we go to, we always put on an experience for Falcon fans because we try to adapt to that city. Like, so we're going to Denver. When? November?
Yeah.
Like November 13th?
Yeah.
So we have a private ski trip to Breckenridge in Denver for our members. So a lot of fans don't see that. A lot of fans don't know that. That's one of the perks too as well. We also have the host hotels with the Marriott and all the other stuff. So like we can get discounted rates at hotels because we book a large group. Like I just checked for Minnesota. Our host hotel has like 25 rooms already booked for Minnesota. You know, our host hotel in Tampa has over 40 rooms booked in 2 weeks. Our host hotel in Washington has over 30 rooms. So Arizona last year had 80 rooms. So we do this for the fans. Like I said, it's from the fan, it's for the fan. That's one time for the fan. Where fans become family, that's the RISEUP Tour fan club. You notice how we keep talking about the fans, Terry?
Yep.
I keep telling y'all, like,
that's what it's all about.
Bro, we do this for the fans, bro. Like this shit takes work. Like it's not easy too as well. The amount of calls, the amount of people we have to contact, the amount of people we work with, conversations, the meetings, all that type of stuff. Like it's a round the clock thing. I woke up this morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, Thomas back on it. Our tailgate in Carolina Sunday, like we have over 50 people that bought tickets to the tailgate. Right? We got to get everything set up out there, the music, having a good time. Right? It's about being entertained on the weekend, right? We want to make sure fans are chill. The game is only 3 hours. But if we can give you an experience around that, like London last year, we had a big party in London. Big party in London. Man, we had fans everywhere. When we lost the game the following day, though, fans went about London to go what? Sightseeing, go do some more tourism stuff. There was tourists. The game was there for 3 hours.
It's a fellowship, man.
That's what it is, man. We're just trying to have a good time. Philadelphia, we had a nice party Saturday night for the college football, for the Georgia watch party, right? We met up Sunday night at a location, had a little, just watching the Sunday night games. Monday, we had our halftime photo. Man, we do this so many years now. Like, we go back to Arizona next year. We go back to San Fran next year. We've already partied in these cities. That's why a lot of these people reach out back to us, right? New Orleans, we're back at RISEUP again this year. The Vegas party this year is going to be stupid. Stupid. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get my bottle in that. No, I'm just playing. So the Vegas party is going to be stupid. But we do this, man, all the time, man. The RISEUP Tour Fan Club. Chrissy Lewis says, y'all hit that thumbs up, too. We're getting ready to wrap up the show here. Big shout out to Sonia, too, as well in the chat. Cass T, too, as well in the chat. Lisa Shepard downing our accents. I think that was pretty good, eh? I think that was pretty. No, hold on. That's not good. That's not Australia.
I think it's pretty good. Okay. Okay.
There's a croc over there. There's a croc over there, right? Is that it?
Lisa, I do a very good accent, okay? And the fact that you don't notice it, Lisa, you're graving me, okay? You're really graving me, Lisa.
That's tough.
Graving me, Lisa. I can't believe you don't like my accent. I'm just saying, okay.
That's tough. Lario said, come on Sunday. Big shout out to Chris Tyler in the chat with the preach. Hey, Falcon fan, this is what it's all about. We just having a good time. Krista in the chat said, we can't take the kitty cats lightly. I know we want to go smash them, but these are those type of games. This win is probably more important. What's up, Terry?
The funniest meme ever. My brother Eric Parker did something with Sir Per. I can't remember what it was. Holy shit, man.
Eric Parker, you talking about a vault of memes that's been, historic for the Falcons fan base. Which one are you talking about?
Bro, he did one. I think Sir Per was moving or demanded a trade or something. Bro, it was hilarious. Every time I see the Panthers, I think about that meme. And I you know what? It take me forever to go back and find it, but it's got to be in the Eric Parker Hall of Fame. Like, it was hilarious. My brother's a savage. Wherever you are, bro, love you. My brother's a savage, man.
Big shout out to Eric Parker. We're going to get him back on here on the show real soon. You know what? Has anyone ever had a 24-hour live party? Falcons go to that Super Bowl. I'll give y'all a 24-hour live party.
Do it.
I'll give you a 24-hour live party. Don't worry about that. We'll get that taken care of. Matter of fact, we'll do that shit on location in New Orleans because you already know I'm going to be there. You already know where to find good old Jack Spade when it comes to these Falcons. Are y'all coming to New Orleans? Chrissy Lewis. What did Chrissy Lewis just say? Are we coming to New Orleans?
That's what she said, brother. That's what
Chrissy Lewis.
I think she
Chrissy Lewis.
RISEUP tour trip.
Christy Lewis. We're hosting a parade in New Orleans, Christy Lewis.
Not only that, but there's a party at RISEUP.
Oh my gosh. For the Falcon fans heading to New Orleans. Yeah, after we stuck it to the Saints a couple weeks ago, once again, man, we get real creative over there with the tour. It was like, you know what? They're going to hate us in New Orleans for this, but then they're going to love us in Atlanta for this. So we said, we're going to bring Atlanta to New Orleans like we always do. And this is outside of the fan club. Falcon fans just love to go to New Orleans. Right?
Yep.
Could be the entertainment, could be the food, could be the casino, could be the partying, could be the vibes. I don't know what it could be. But then again, when you got Falcon Saints weekend, it's a vibe when you're down there. Are you going to live stream the parade? Of course.
Of course.
Of course. That's what it's all about.
There's no other way. You must.
That's what it's all about. Where on Bourbon Street should people meet for the parade? We're going to do the formation right there at Canal and Bourbon Street. So it's at the top, kind of over there at the top of Canal and Bourbon Street where we're going to do the formation. And we have a lot of Falcon fans who are going to be attending this. Because what are we going to do? We're going to have a good time. What Lisa Shepard said? Going to eat, talk trash, and watch football.
Love it, Lisa.
Falcon fans, when you go to New Orleans, you know the vibe in New Orleans. And some fans that's like, hey, man, y'all got to be careful when y'all go out there. Y'all do the... No. Them folks in New Orleans know that we coming down there. They do their trash talking to all that stuff. But I can tell you there's fans in the chat that can tell you the vibe in New Orleans. They're going to treat you like they third cousin. On game day, they're going to treat you like they don't even know you. But the food is good. The drinks are good. The vibe is good. The entertainment is good. gambling at the casino, 2 a.m, 3 a.m, people out in the streets. That's the French Quarter. If y'all doing something over there across the bridge, I don't know what y'all got going on. In the French Quarter, we good. I'm walking into my hotel 3, 4 a.m. I'm passing Falcon fans going to the casino at 3, 4 a.m. Everything's right there in the quarter. So when we down there, we really show up and we show out. But with a team like what we have now, I'm expecting the sweep. I want to parade through the streets of New Orleans on that Saturday. I want to show up to that party Saturday night with the Falcon fan. And let me tell you about the party Saturday night. Terry, you talked to some fans who was at the party. You talked to some fans who was eyewitness to the party. If you're not in there early, you're not getting in.
You ain't getting in. You can't even get in.
Man, I had player family I'm trying to get in. And I'm hitting the general manager like, I have to get these people in. They're supposed to be in here.
I'm throwing the party, bro.
The general manager telling us, we packed. We got to tell people to get out to get your people in. Well, I don't care. Get them out.
And get us
in here. Get them out.
Jack was like, I have a particular set of skills.
Just imagine the general manager of a location in New Orleans telling Saints fans, y'all got to go. There's more Falcon fans coming.
Sir, I have a particular set of skills that you don't want to know about if you don't get me and my guests in this party right now. I'll give you 5 minutes. Call me back.
I can't believe we're mixing segments here. We're going straight to the upcoming event segment, straight from talking Falcons football about beating New Orleans and the Saints.
That's the mark of a good team, man. We can flow in and out. We can bob and weave. You know what I mean?
Damn, this team's so good. I'm telling you, man. Last year was kind of like, all right, Falcons fans, we'll find out who the quarterback is Sunday. And we'll talk about it here on One Time for the Fan. This year's a little bit different.
We'll find out you're talking about it's a comparison to last year.
No, last year, because we didn't know who the quarterback was. You didn't know. You'll go into the week and
I don't even think of, bro.
You'll hear a report Tuesday. Oh, it's Taylor? Oh, okay.
Bro, I don't even think of last year. I don't even think about it. You know what I mean? It's like a bad memory. It's like,
bro, but seeing how the difference from the podcast from last year to this year around this time was like, all right, guys, well,
but
we'll find a way. We'll find a way to beat them Sunday, guys. Hey, this team will XYZ. No. Not this year. This team, playoff.
You gotta forget toxicity, man. You know what I mean? Look, we moved on. We're in a new relationship, okay? You don't have to think about the toxicity. You know, all is well. Isn't that what the young folks say? The toxic, he's toxic, she's toxic. We're out of the toxic relationship, Jack. We're in a good relationship with the quarterback that can get us the victory. We're in a good relationship with the quarterback that can move the ball down the field. Okay? We're good.
But what I don't want is for us to just become a toxic fan base when we start winning, because we talk a lot of shit.
I don't think talking shit is toxic, Jack.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Falcon fans, we haven't been in first place, and it's been a while. So if we really outrun the South, don't start acting up, Falcon fans. Let's finish this season strong before we start acting up. Let's get to where the Chiefs got to before they start acting up, because it's possible that, Terry, you punch your ticket. If we're a month from now, Terry, going into that Saints game, we could have a really big lead on the division. If everything flows well, if you beat the Panthers Sunday, if you go beat the Bucks the following week, and then Seattle the following week, and then Tampa Bay the week after, then you go into that Saints game, well, you sitting pretty.
Sitting pretty indeed.
I'm sorry, you got the Cowboys in there too as well. You got to beat them. But this is great. This is great, Falcon fans. Like, I'm super excited about this season. Big shout out to Sonia in the chat. She said, yes, I'm excited. Christy Lewis said, I'll be there. Christian Lewis also checking in from Mississippi too as well. So come on down, bring your whole family, bring your friends. Falcons flags, Falcons jerseys, Falcons apparel, all that's approved in the parade. John Moreno from Texas is driving in. He wants to put his Falcon truck in the parade, and I'm trying to find out how we can do that.
Let's go, John.
Hey,
let's do it.
Hey, Lee Thomas, let's go. Big shout out to Lee Thomas. He does a lot too as well for Falcon fans. So big shout out to Lee Thomas with Tailgate Party Committee. You're going to see a lot of the Tailgate Party Committee and the RISEUP Tour fan club coming up. We have some stuff going on later on this season. So he said PSA November 3rd will be a movie. I think November 3rd is what? Falcons Cowboys, Lee? Some of Falcons Cowboys, that tailgate? Yeah, it's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy. Can you imagine Swag surfing on Beale Street? Beale Street? That's where's Beale Street? That's down there by that's Memphis, ain't it?
Wasn't that in that movie?
You talking about Bourbon Street, J Black?
No. He said Beale Street, but
Beale Street, Memphis.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
There's not a Beale Street.
Memphis, Tennessee.
There's not a Beale. Okay, all right.
Hey, big shout out Alicia Shepard. What I love is the players seem happy too. I think they love playing for the Falcons, repping our city. Like Hogg said, for the A, you saw it with Drake London on the sideline after he got banged up. Walks over there, puts his helmet down. As soon as he turned around, Hodge makes the catch, makes the run, scores. Drake London's like, damn, they're one of the first people to get there, running down the sideline. You saw it with Kirk Cousins and Raheem Morris after the spike. Remember that, Terry, when Kirk is walking over there back to the huddle and Raheem sees them and it's kind of like, my son, where have you been? It's one of those moments where you can see it. The emotion is flowing through the team in a positive way. The locker room, whenever Raheem walks in after a win, or even the other day when Hodge walked in after the win, like they had the cameras on, and brother, you got to walk in there with a doggone with a raincoat now when you walk into the locker room, bro. They're doing showers on regular wins, bro.
I love it, man.
I love it.
Hodge caught that ball and was like, Avengers, assemble.
Water bottles here thrown around, Gatorade. I mean, they just partying. They're loving the environment because you're winning.
Right. And not
Players
only
believe
you're winning together. Yeah. You're winning as an look, let me tell you something, man. There's
dancing, they're talking, they're yelling, they're screaming. Raheem talks, everybody's listening, they're communicating. Who's next? You see it.
Yeah. No.
But here's the thing, Terry. I don't want to cut you off. I'm just excited about these Falcons. I'm sorry, Terry.
Thanks, brother. Go ahead.
Since the offseason, Terry, remember we talked about this during the offseason in the summer? It's been nothing but like positive reports about these Falcons since Raheem's walked in that door.
It's been from us and other Falcon.
Even when they're reporting about the Falcons, like training camp and the practices, and everything that's been going on, the camp down there in Miami. Remember the dual practice?
You still got
there's been a lot.
You still got some haters out there.
You still have some haters, but there's been a lot of positivity flowing through just the Falcons community. Since the summer, and now it's playing into your first place Falcons going up to probably get a win against the Panthers, 3-game win streak, and the radio's talking about it. Everybody's excited. Terry, 2 months from now, that it starts to change into, hey, you guys see that we could be playing this team for a playoff. I'm just getting there, Terry. Like 2 months from now, it changes. A month from now is different, but 2 months from now, you're talking about, bro, we could be going to Detroit to play the Lions.
Well, let's keep our foot on the pedal. Okay. Let's be real. Detroit could come see us. There's no guarantee that. Look, man, we just got to keep doing what we're doing, and that is one game at a time. Let's win. Let's focus on this appointment. But guess what? We could have the number 1 seed. There's no written law that says we have to go to see Detroit or Minnesota. Guess what? We play Minnesota, so we're gonna have something to say about that. We're gonna have something to say about that. And if we handle business like we handle business, we may look up and we may have the number 1 seed. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something if the path to the Super Bowl is through the bins, right? Wouldn't that be an environment? You talk about something to talk about. Wouldn't that be that place would be bananas? So, hey,
I mean, you're looking at a 4-1 Commanders right now.
So
3-2 Cowboys, 3-3 49ers, 5-0 Vikings, 3-0 Lions, 3-2 Falcons. Terry, it's possible. It's possible that the road to the Super. I mean, listen, I'm just saying it right now in week 6. You keep winning the way you are. You
just keep winning.
They might have to come through Atlanta to get to where they got to get to.
Keep winning, because guess what? The last undefeated team was in 2007, and They didn't even finish the goal, but it is very difficult to get through an NFL season without any losses. So Falcons, you just keep focusing. We have 2 of them right now. Let's just keep focusing. Let's just keep winning, and you never know. You never know what can happen. And just imagine if the NFC championship game, NFC conference championship, is in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the ATL. Can you imagine how much that place would be rocking? You talk about a ruckus environment, bro. I might have to bring my heart meds with me down there and
sheesh,
sit with y'all, man. I'm just saying, bro.
that might get you a wild, Terry.
Might get, hey, bro. Hopefully it'll get us a victory. I'm just saying, man. Look,
Definitely would want to, and that's the problem right now because the Super Bowl is in New Orleans and everything in the French Quarter is just going to be so busy. But it's the problem. The problem is going to be booking a hotel around that time and find a location to go stay because everything from there to like Baton Rouge is going to be packed. And Baton Rouge is about a good, good little minute away. I mean, it's not far away. It's kind of like Tampa, Orlando. But yeah, it's gonna be hard to get a hotel in New Orleans around that time. The Saints fans know. Let me tell you something. You know how hard it was to get the permit for this year? The Saints fans know that the Falcons could be playing in the dump. Oh, we showing up in numbers. Don't let us that game because we showing up in numbers. And I expect to. Good old Kirk Frost. Kirk Frost. There it is. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Let's get up out of here, man, so Falcon fans can enjoy their Falcons Friday. Buffalo Ranch chicken dip. I'm going to add that to the menu on Sunday. We're doing the tailgate.
Oh, shit.
Chef Matt mentioned that the other day. So we're going to go with Buffalo Ranch chicken dip. He's super busy. I sent him the link. He's working on a lot of stuff, a lot of projects at the stadium, but we'll get Chef Matt back in here. But remember, we had him on the podcast the other day, and we asked him about Carolina. We asked him about our tailgate. He said, remember Tom, he was talking to Thomas Scott in the chat. He said, Buffalo chicken ranch dip. So I'm going to get the recipe. I'm going to get the recipe from Chef Matt. I'm going to whip it up this Sunday because we have we got some great food items we're going to have out there for the fans. But yeah, it's going down in a major way. If you're heading up to Carolina, you can see the Rise Up Tour Fan Club tailgate going down in a major way. Yes, all you can eat while supplies last. What's up, Terry?
I could have that with grilled chicken.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I think I could have that with grilled chicken. I can't have any wings anymore. But
Terry, want me to fix you a plate and bring it back, bro?
And that would be outstanding if you could just bring the sauce. I can't have the wings, even though they're delicious, but I can apply it to some grilled chicken, nuggets or grilled chicken or whatever, man. So that'd be great. At least I can feel like I'm still a part of it, right? Like I'm still dangerous out here in these streets.
Kristen Lewis said the Super Bowl lodging is booked unless you are Airbnb. The closest group bookings are in Gulfport and Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Damn. So you see that?
Damn, already.
You better think about it if you really want to just be down there. And I'll tell you right now, I want to be down there for my Falcons if it's Super Bowl, but I've been to New Orleans a lot. Everything is going to be crowded. You're not going to, how are you going to be able to go to Felix's and Denny's and what's the other one? What's that place called? Daisy Dukes, the breakfast spot. How are you going to be able, Cafe Du Monde, the beignet spot? How are you going to be able to go to these spots during the Super Bowl? Super Bowl brings thousands, hundreds of thousands of people to New Orleans too as well during that time of year. Now, we'll say it's going to be kind of cold, so maybe the numbers don't be too much, too deep. But 2 NFL teams coming out there, especially if you have like the Falcons or, whoever else. I mean, that's going to be crazy in New Orleans. You should see it when the Falcons play in New Orleans down there on a regular season game and LSU is playing a home game and LSU fans decide to hit the quarter the same time the Falcon fans are down there. That shit is deep. I'm talking about packed. And that's college football on a Saturday. And then you have, of course, the Falcons the following day. But that junk is deep. You talking about the Super Bowl in New Orleans? Man, I tell you, that's tough. That's tough. CD Electricians in the chat. What's going on, family? Hattiesburg's my hometown, so I'm ready for us in the Super Bowl. Hey, let me tell you something.
Let's go.
Big shout out to all the Falcon fans that's checking in from all over, man. We got West Coast Falcon fans here in the chat, fans from Texas in the chat, Mississippi in the chat, Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast. I've been noticing that there's fans in Canada, there's fans overseas who's been listening to the podcast. So thank you all so much. You can, if you're listening, you can head over to YouTube, right, and just type in One Time for the Fan. I don't know where you're listening from, but head over to One Time for the Fan. You can catch me, Kerry Bodie, and Terry talking Falcons football all the time. Sundays at 8, Wednesdays at 8 p.m., and then Friday mornings, usually around 9:15. So Terry's in the chat. Hope everyone has an amazing Falcons Friday. Let's beat the Panthers Sunday and make it 3 in a row. Kerry, it's good to see you back here in the chat too as well. That's you had to deal with. And then Lieutenant Dan. I don't know, Kerry, if you know the story about the Floridian, the Lieutenant Dan guy. I guess he's been sitting in a boat like in the middle of Tampa Bay Harbor or something, like just fighting out the storm. But he's been getting a bunch of donations, and people's like, "Yeah, Lieutenant Dan, like he's the number one like Floridian or something." He's in the storm. I don't know. It's always something about Florida man. Florida man's always in the news. I know about Florida man. But yeah, for some reason, Lieutenant Dan. Oh, there she goes. She said, "Yes, I know the story of Lieutenant Dan. Crazy Florida man." See, Florida man. Yeah, you know about Florida man, right?
Yeah, man.
Hey, man. People start the story and say, "Hey, you hear about Florida man?" It's gonna be a good story.
Hey, man. I don't know about G Money. That's my teammate that I play football with, or AKA Mr. Greg Laney. What up, G Money? How you doing, man? G Money says after last week's football, I swore off the game until now. Just trying to get up to date on everything I've missed. Hey, G Money. Hey, man, we're glad to see you. Now, G Money is a Steelers fan, but let me tell you something. This man is one of my best friends in the world. This man helped me move a big ass piano in a thunderstorm while it was. If that ain't a friend, brother, I don't see him every day. But hey, man, he's my brother from another. So what up, G Money? Hey, good luck to your Steelers this week. They don't play us, so all good, man. And go Falcons. And Greg, all you need to know is that the Falcons are going to go into Carolina and we're going to beat up on them Panthers, man. We're going to beat up on those Panthers. That's what you need to know.
Falcon fans is going down in a major way. Chris Tyler said he's part owner of Bubblegum Shrimp, right?
Shrimp Creole, shrimp tacos, shrimp stereo.
Hey, Chris Tyler, man. Shout out Chris Tyler in the chat.
Shrimp gumbo, shrimp bubblegum.
Look, Falcon fans, we're gonna close off. We want to do the walk-ups for the tailgate too as well, but we got a bunch of food and everything, so it's probably easier just to get the tailgate pass so we can see the numbers that we have right now. But the numbers are still rolling in, and there is another group apparently that's going to be possibly joining us too as well, which will double the numbers, probably even triple the numbers. So. We have enough drink out there. We got enough food out there, but it's $40 per person. And you can go inside Carolina Stadium. And apparently I don't know if they still, on the 100 concourse, they don't serve alcohol. Right? Now, they might have the clubs and the suites and something around that stadium or in the stadium that might have alcohol, a little vendor somewhere at the 200 or 300 level. But the last time I was in Carolina, sitting in the hundreds, they didn't serve alcohol. So I had to go upstairs to the 200 and 300 to go get alcohol. So that was kind of weird. But of course, alcohol prices in some of these stadiums, Terry, a single shot is like what, $16 or so, $12, $14?
It's not for the faint of heart.
And if you want to go and get a bottle of water, if you want to go get some chips, if you want to go get some I don't know, some brisket or a sandwich or burger, they don't have Mercedes-Benz Stadium prices, right? You can't feed a family of 4 in Carolina for $20. So it might be like $40-$60. That's why we decided with the bus trip, let's do a tailgate for Falcon fans. $40 per person. All you can eat while supplies last. And we have some good little drink out there too as well while supplies last. And then, come play some spades, probably play some cornhole. I have the music going on out there. And I want to give a big shout out to all the fans who helped with the playlist the other night. I was able to add, Monica, the song with Franchise Boys. And y'all gave me some more hits. I was able to add, of course, KP and Envy. Some people hit me up after the show, said, make sure you got this, make sure you got this. So we're keeping the tailgate strictly Atlanta when you come out there. So make sure y'all get out there early. Let's have a good time. It's 80 degrees in Carolina this Sunday, y'all. 80 degrees.
Beautiful.
The past couple years has been raining when we play Carolina. So this is a beautiful day to watch some Falcons football. Greg said, in my defense, I thought there was pizza. I'm enjoying the Falcons season. They look a lot stronger than I would have guessed. Big shout out to Greg in the chat.
Oh, man.
City Electrician said, watching the game last night, we have nothing to worry about next week against the Seahawks, other than Geno Smith probably throwing the ball for 50 times. But, you know, you don't, like Eric Parker said, you don't practice to lose. Lisa Shepard said, okay, shout out to that Carolina playlist for the tailgate. Yeah, we're gonna keep it strictly Atlanta, right? We're gonna keep it strictly Atlanta. So every artist you're gonna hear out there on Sunday is from Atlanta, right? We're not gonna play no New York artists. Now you might hear a feature or something from somebody, but we're not playing no New York artists straight up. Ain't no, Jay-Z out there. We ain't playing no doggone Meek Mill, and we ain't doing none of that stuff. You're gonna hear some Outkast, you're gonna hear some Youngbloods, you're gonna hear some Lil Jon, you're gonna hear some Ludacris, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna hear some ATL flavor, man.
Usher, yeah, by Usher. That's
gotta put some Usher on. You gotta put the Usher on. Man, I gotta Escape on the playlist. Oh shit, Thomas Scott listening. Damn. Now he know the playlist. Damn. Yeah, man. He over there listening to everything, man. Chris Tyler, man, is going down. We keep winning. I'm gonna have to change my picture on here. Chris Tyler, I ain't gonna lie. When you first jumped in the chat, I was going to say that. I was going to say, Chris, you might want to change your picture because we are in first place right now. But now that you said it, hey, Chris Tyler, man.
Right? Hey, Kristen wants us to play Bone Crusher. I love him.
Chris, let me tell you something, Kristen. Bone Crusher is going to be on the playlist. I got Youngbloods on there. Hey, I got Young Dro on there. I got T.I. on there. I got Future on there. Right? And you can watch everything on IG. If you're on Instagram, head over to One Time for the Fan on Instagram. So you can watch everything happen this weekend. I'm gonna be posting from today. Big shout out to everybody in the Rise Up Tour fan club, from the bus trip to the admin team to the everybody, man, who's been working on this. And of course the other upcoming events that's happening too as well. But yes, head over to Instagram, One Time for the Fan. We'll be posting all this weekend. So you'll see some tailgate stuff. You'll see some stuff on the field. You'll see some stuff in the stands because, we're diehard Atlanta Falcons fans, man. This is what we do. But Terry, let's go ahead and get up out of here now, right?
Man, real quick, what's your favorite ATL song of all time?
My favorite ATL song of all time? Mm-hmm. Man, depends on what mood I'm in, man. I mean...
So for me, you think about it. For me, Gucci, Little Friend.
Gucci Mane?
Little rendition right here, right? Shit, I forgot it. Okay, wait a minute. Oh God, hold on. Now I'm nervous. I don't know why. I've done 80 podcasts. Now I'm nervous. Okay. Oh shit. I can't think of it. Gee, what the hell is wrong with you, T-Will? Okay. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! I can't think of it. It's Little Friend. Came to the wait.
Let's. You want to save it?
Been a lawyer. Go to court so much I could have been my own employer. I'm not dope for it. That's my favorite. At Gucci, I'm sorry for the rendition. I know I butchered it. I'm sorry. I failed, but I love the song. That's like, I like Usher, yeah, but that I just love Gucci, man. I love Gucci. He's got about 3 songs that Gucci songs just make me want to get in the car, get on 285, and just drive for hours at very high speeds. I love Gucci.
Chris Tyler with the Rise Up, and he changed his picture. He said, "This is better. This is good, man." That Bijan.
That's what up, Chris.
You got Bijan. Terry, I'm gonna go ahead, man. Honestly, all-time favorite. Can listen to it anytime, and it will be played on Sunday. Man, we gotta go with Elevators from Outkast, man.
I love it. I love it.
Elevators from Outkast, man. When he said we caught the 86 Latonia heading to Decatur, bro, I used to be on the 86, bro.
Is that me, you, your mama, and your cousin too?
Your cousin too. Going down the strip on Vote. Man, the 86 Latonia was like a couple minutes from the house, man.
Yeah, man. It take you back.
Know what I'm saying? So it was like, damn, Dre, you was on the 86 Latonia, bro. That's what's up.
Okay.
Going back to Kensington Station back in those days, Indian Creek, bro. Man, I'm talking about. Them were the days, man. Not Kensington Station too, as well. The apartments across the street from the station. The
Love it.
trap. You know what I'm saying? Can't miss with Outkast. Big shout out to Lisa Shepard. Let me tell you something. This Sunday we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna eat good. We're gonna drink good. We're gonna party. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna watch the Falcons. We're gonna turn up for our Atlanta Falcons, man. But what you got, Terry?
No, just win. But again, came to this country with $1 and a dream. I just freaking love it, man. Just freaking love it. I'm gonna play it as soon as we get off this podcast. I'm gonna play that song.
I'm about to go play Elevators too. Bus trip to Tampa. Big shout out to everybody who's still interested in going down to Tampa. The hurricane didn't do too much damage down there, so the game will definitely be played. So Falcon fans, the bus trip to Tampa is almost full. I think Thomas posted earlier in the chat. There's about less than 10 seats available for the bus trip to Tampa. So if y'all want to get on the bus trip, you see the information right there. And then the host hotel is at the bottom of the flyer here. 4 points by Sheraton Suites, Tampa Airport, West Shore. If you're not a member of the Rise Up Tour fan club, you won't be able to get the discount. But yes, you can still stay there. So I had a fan hit me up like, oh, I'm across the street at this hotel. I was like, well, you can go over there with us. And he was like, oh, I'm not a member. He's like, yeah, but you can still go over there. He's like, oh, okay, I want to go over there. So yeah, man, you can still go over to that hotel. You can stay there if y'all want. But Falcon fans, we're gonna have a good time. Of course, the party information will be out soon. But yeah, Terry, bus trip to Tampa, bus trip to Carolina, parade in New Orleans. I mean, that's just the beginning stages of just this year with the Rise Up Tour. And we got some more information coming out soon as well for some more upcoming events. So, Terry, this has been great, man.
Yes, sir.
This has been great. I'm already late. Good thing about it is you scheduled the golf game for the afternoon now because I already knew the podcast was going to run late. So if I would have had tea time around this time, Terry, I'd be late for my tea time. So we got to do the driving range first, crank out some of those, and then we got to get ready for tea time around like 1-2 o'clock. So I'm still early technically, and I got invited to play golf with some people this weekend in Carolina, and they're already on their road trip to Carolina. They stopped at 2 golf courses already. They're playing their 18, so I gotta get back in rhythm, man. I gotta be ready.
You got this.
Gotta be ready.
You got You got this.
It's easier to say it than do it. I'll tell you that with golf, because you don't play with one ball. You usually bring about 100. So
I have the utmost confidence in you, sir. I've heard the stories. We talk about it. I know you.
Yeah, I'm working on it, man. The Vegas game, playing with he's a scratch golfer. He has his PGA card. He just wasn't on the tour, but him and his family is really, really good.
What up,
William? Tee off with them
William Amy just made a last minute appearance. What up, William Amy?
How we doing? Take care of business Sunday. Jay Black said, "Have fun, Jack." William Amy said, "Take care of business Sunday." It's good to see William Amy in here, man.
Always. What up, Will?
T, let's get to these shout outs, man. Let's get up out of here, man. My golf can wait.
Let's do it. Well, hey, let me say something. Great show, Jack. To the fans of this show, we love you. We could not do this without you. We appreciate you. So my first shout out is going to be to you. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Falcons Friday morning. Now, I am your co-host. Obviously, Jack is the man, the myth, the legend. I am your co-host, T. Will, and I can be reached, obviously, at one time for the fans. So if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe for this show, which can be seen, as Jack just said, on Sunday nights at 8 p.m., Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and Friday mornings at 9-ish, right? But your boy T. Will also has
his. We do what we want, Terry. We do whatever we want.
Yeah, we want to do, Jack. Your boy T. Will also has his own channel, and that is For My ATL Sports 1 at YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. For My ATL 1 at YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. We have shows on Friday evenings. As a matter of fact, we'll have one tonight around 7 or 7:30, usually around 7 o'clock. And we talk about Falcons football. And, we also have Miss Lisa Shepherd on there. We have Mr. Jabri Harper on there. We have Miss Tim Brains on there. And we got my man C-Dub on there. And one of these days, we're going to have my man Jack Spade on there. But
no, I got some stuff to take care of today, but I wouldn't mind. I might try to stop by tonight if I have some time.
Hey, man, we love to
you see, I do like the random pop-ups. You saw at 2 a.m. in Philadelphia. I'm just popping up, talking trash.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it, right? But either way, man, we'd love to have you. Please like and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to One Time for the Fan, and like, share, and subscribe to For My ATL Sports One. I would appreciate it. One Time for the Fan has about 1,050 or 60, and I have I got 81. But hey, man, we up and coming.
You started at 0.
Hey, we started from the bottom. We getting it out the mud, ATL folks. So hey, come like, share, and subscribe with your boy. Come holler at me again. Friday nights, Saturday afternoons, typically Mondays after victory. That's when you can see us. My next shout out, I got to give God all praises due, because without him, I am not here. Again, hey man, your boy is here, fresh off 2 heart attacks, still going, still pushing, still going strong, appreciating life one day at a time. Let's get it. Thank you, God. Shout out to my family, everybody that was there for me, everybody that continues to be there for me. Thank you. Shout out to my folks at my job. Love all of y'all. And last but not least, my man Jack Spade, my brother Eric Parker, they got me in this business. I will forever be grateful to y'all. I would not be here without y'all. Jack, as long as you keep inviting me back, I'll keep coming. I'm going to defer to you on this Falcons Friday, sir. Go right ahead.
Hey, it's going down in a major way. Big shout out to all the fans in the chat. Big shout out to my family. Big shout out to all the friends, everybody who's been tuning in, watching, and listening to One Time for the Fan. All the support's just been great. Bodie, Carrie, y'all just amazing. And of course, these Atlanta Falcons, because a lot of this stuff we talked about today has to deal with the Atlanta Falcons.
Yep.
Right? So we have a big game on Sunday, big tailgate too as well on Sunday. Once again, get your tailgate pass. And we want to make sure everybody's going to be, enjoying the rest of this season. So home games, away games, it doesn't matter. One Time for the Fan will be here to talk about it. But yeah, I possibly might go live again. I think either tonight, jump on here with Terry if I have a couple minutes. I have to take care of some stuff for this tailgate. But I go pick up some stuff and do some whip around the city. But thank you all for tuning in for One Time for the Fan. Terry will be back probably Monday, because Sunday night we're going to be at the game in Carolina. So,
but probably Monday.
Probably Monday. But I mean, the funny story last time when we won in Philly, you went live at midnight,
and we were up till 2 a.m. Shout out to Kim.
2 a.m, 2:30 or so, and there's a bunch of fans in the chat talking. You got A1. It's a lot of fans in there chatting.
We were going
and
hard.
Then here I come randomly at 2:30 a.m. in an Uber in Philly
with the Philly fan that didn't want to give you the ride because he was
the Philly Uber driver that didn't want to give you the ride. When he saw when he came to pick us up, and he saw it was Falcon fans, soon we get in the car. Oh no, y'all got to get out! Y'all got to get out!
Yeah, he was mad.
Let me say something. That was the only bit of trash talk I got the whole time in Philly was the Uber driver.
Hey man, it'll be all right.
That was it.
I'm having a senior moment, so if I forget, Lisa Shepherd, just want to give you a shout out as well, because she's gonna be on the show tonight, I hope. So anyway,
and there's a lot of people we haven't give shout outs to as well. Like, there's a lot of content creators we haven't give shout out to. We shout out when we can say everybody, we can say everybody, right?
Everybody.
We don't want to miss nobody, so we can say everybody. But
yes.
Thank you all, man. Like you saw in Philly after that win, you might see it Sunday night after that win.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, man. We're diehard Falcon fans. We'll just go live whenever, pop-up shows. We just hit the like, share, subscribe, and just just follow what we got going
on. I might, because I know it. Look, you'll be occupied, so I might go live Sunday after the game. I might. I'm not sure.
I'll be in the stadium, so just send me an invite. I'll probably jump on there.
Do that, brother.
Hopefully my battery's not dead.
Yeah.
Falcon fans, we'll see y'all later, man. Don't forget, man. One Time for the Fan. From the fan, it's for the fan. Rise up, y'all.